Hey everybody, so today I wanted to sort of start a new segment called the Judgment Zone. It's sort of like a parody of Planet Fitness, the Judgment Free Zone, except I'm actually going to judge things. Basically, I am going to try not to please any players or anything like that. I'm just going to go by what I see. I'm going to just go by my opinion. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat or anything. I'm just going to try to do math if possible. So today I'm just gonna go over the 9-step banner and whether or not it's better, worse, or just about the same. So I'm just gonna give that a fair judgment if it's just about the same. All right, so that's the judgment theme. All right, so far this is my progress with Lilyth. I am at 70. I have her on LB2 and 70 into that, right? So LB2 and then 70. And then 50 more and I get to LB3. So I've gotten these shards from the daily login, from the guild polls, from the daily 60 paid Visor, and from the daily, here let me just show you guys, the daily purchases, right? So I've picked Lilyth twice already and I got 510 and then I'm about to get 20 tomorrow. The daily purchases are, I'm talking about in the shop where you pay 60 Viz and you get 5 shards, I think it is, and I'm also doing that for Katone. So far that's what I've done, and then I've also spent some of my star medals. So basically what I kind of wanted to talk about, so here are the star medals. What I kind of wanted to talk about is basically this. You get the star medals and you get a certain other currency from the 9-step banner. So as you guys already saw, I did my video yesterday. I fully did the 9-step banner and I actually did 2 more steps for a total of 11 steps. I was actually going to cash this in just to kind of, progress Lilyth along a little bit more. But as I was doing this, I was like, oh, whoa, this is actually a pretty good value right here. So I kind of saw some sort of conversation, Reddit, like different places, YouTube, about how, the 9-step might not be as worth it now. And I totally understand you don't get the shards right off the bat like we used to. So it kind of feels like it's not that worth it. And then the other thing people are saying is that with the star medals, they get more expensive as you go along. So let's go to the star medals really quickly. And let's go to Lilyth since I've spent, you can see there now that she is at the 5 point. Because I spent enough to make it cost 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now I'm up to 5. So if we go into the conversion rate here, excuse me, that means that so far I've spent 80, I've bought 80 shards off of this. So I did the first 20 at 1, second 20 at 2, etc., etc., etc. So as I was doing this, I was looking at my current total of star medals, and I was kind of just doing this. I'm like, do I really want to spend 100 of my star medals on this for 20 shards? Kind of doesn't seem that great. And sort of, I was kind of thinking back to the 9-step. I'm like, oh, the 9-step is so crappy now. I've only been able to get 100 shards out of this. This is kind of like not fair. So far I have 80, and with these 20, it would be 100. And I was just like, oh, it's kind of not fair compared to the other older 9-steps. So then I was kind of just like, I don't know. I don't know if I was clicking around or if I just wanted to cash these in so I could, build Lilyth a little bit faster. So then I kind of went over here. I'm like, oh, cool. Whatever. This looks like the normal thing. And then I moved the slider and I'm like, what? I'm getting 110 shards out of this? This seems like a lot. So I was sort of thinking why does this feel so much? Every time I do this, the Mog Metal Exchange here, it always feels like it's sort of a ripoff. And so I kind of just started clicking around and looking back on old videos. And right off the bat, so here you can see the exchange rate is one shard for 10 medals. But let's say you go to Warrior of Lights, the old one for him, and you actually get 1 shard for 20 medals. So right away, we actually have half the price of these shards. So to me, that's actually really good. If we scroll down to more, we can see that she is also 20. So it wasn't because of a special Warrior of Light price that it's higher. That was actually the standard price. So now that price is actually a lot. It's basically half. So you're basically able to get double the price out of that. So let me go back and review. This screenshot is going to be from one of my older videos. This is not the one. Give me 1 second. Let me start here. Okay, so if you go to my King Mont pull video, fast forward to like 25 minutes in or so, you can see me buying the King Mont shards here, and I kind of felt bad buying this because those 2,000 medals didn't really go that far. By the way, I did pull King Mont at 2,000 medal point, so if you didn't see that. But those medals kind of felt like they didn't go that far, so I was kind of dreading sort of using them up to spend them on Lilyth. So I was like, kind of dreading that. But now, going back to here, well, actually, before I go back, let me just also point out that the 9-step banners are pretty much, you know, they've been pretty much the same for a while. You know, it's been 40, 40, 40, and then 80 on the last step, for a total of 120 plus 80, it's 200. If we go to the Salier one, these are from my videos. I kind of did that one like a week or two ago. It's the same thing, 40, 40, 40, that's 120, and then 80 more, that's 200. And then I also have this old one from back when it was Garvel and El Sorel. This is from my video. This was very different, where you actually got 40 on step 2, 40, 80, 40, 40, 80, 40, 40. So I was like, wow, why did we lose so many shards? And sort of the reason behind that is because of the EX stuff. Not only do we have the Mind Sphere shop, but also we're now getting blossoms instead of those shards, and it's also not random anymore, so you get the unit that you want. You don't get like a chance between 2 units. So okay, this is like 400 or so, but going back to our, you know, this is the Salier one. This was 200 shards total. That seems like a fair amount of shards for going through the entire 9-step. So I was kind of thinking, like, does the current 9-step summon give a somewhat equivalent of that? So let's go back to being in game, and let's kind of just review what I pretty much just said. So if we go here to the exchange rate, I am up to 5, so that means I already did 1, 2, 3, and 4. So going by that, I already bought 80 from this. I could technically buy another 20 using this 143 that I have here, and I'll be set. I'll be at 100. So if I go back down here, right, I have 1100. So this is the 9-step, and then 2 more steps after that. So with this 1100 and with the 80 that I have, or, you know, 1100 gets me 110, and with the 80 that I have, that's 190. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. Like, there's no way I'm going to complain about being able to get that close to what the old 9-step was. So I'm pretty happy with that. So to me, it just seems like, you know, we get the 100 summer medals per step. So that helps us get towards the pity. Mind you, 200 of those were free from free steps. They still gave you the coins. So you're basically getting 200 for free. Technically, all right? Technically. So if you were to go all the way to the pity and you know, get 2,000 of these medals, it would cost you 36,000. So you're kind of saving a little bit there. And the fact that you were able to do the 9-step and still do the pity, I think that is also saving you a ton of Visio. So because of that, because you're saving so much, I don't mind that little bit of 20 shard difference between, between the summer metal shops and between the star metal. So to me, this is seeming actually very fair. I'm gonna give you guys the fact that, you know, I went a little bit beyond the 9-step, and I probably got a little bit lucky with the soul stars. So, but even if you think about it, I I have so many soul stars at this point that I'm at, you know, the tier 5, the 5-tier medals, and I'm still able to buy 20, right? So let's say I went for Ketone shards, so I'm able to buy 20, 20 plus 40, 60, so maybe a total of 60 total if I were to buy Ketone shards, and I think that's actually really, really good. So I was ready to do math and sort of bring out all sorts of calculations for this and sort of trying to figure it out. But I honestly think that with my 11 pulls, I feel like I got pretty far, and I am actually really happy with the amount of shards that we got compared to the previous 9-step that we did. Maybe not compared to the old 9 steps, but keep in mind that we're getting blossoms, so we're not gonna get like 400 shards off of that. And remember that those were based on luck. So my judgment for this is that it's pretty fair. The only reason why you're losing about 20-ish shards, maybe, is because it's going to be easier for you to hit the pity. And honestly, you're getting the coins for doing the 9-step on top of the star medals. So honestly, I think that's a really good deal, and I think we're winning out. I sort of see it as almost like a tax. So you're kind of, think of it two different ways. The first way is you're kind of helping other players who have terrible luck and would have had to go like all the way to pity, or if there was no pity, they would have had to spend like 100k Vis. You're helping those players out by sort of helping them get their pity a little bit sooner. And the second way to think of it is like, this time I was lucky, but in the future I might not be so lucky. So I'm sort of just, in a sense, buying insurance, like the same way you would buy health insurance. You just take a little bit off your paycheck, which is your visure, take a little bit off the top. You know, you don't get those 10 to 20 shards, but later on, when you have like terrible luck, this new format of 9 steps is gonna help you reach that guaranteed pity a lot faster. So if you have like terrible luck, it's gonna help you out a lot more. And even thinking of the worst case scenario, really only the worst case scenario is bad, because if you have to spend your medals on buying the guarantee, so that would be the 2,000 medal purchase of either of the unit. If you have to go that far and buy that, that's when you're really losing. But if you get the unit anytime before that and you can spend these medals, they are now half of what they used to be, and you're basically getting a 1-to-1. It's 10-to-1, but it kind of feels like a 1-to-1. It's a little bit easier to understand. 1100 gives you 110 shards. So to me, that's actually really, really good. I don't know about you guys, but my judgment is that this is pretty fair. And if anything, this is kind of a little bit of a bonus on our side. It kind of helps us out tremendously. So I am 100% in favor of these new banners. So judgment part is done. So I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm doing to build Lilyth and Ketone actually. So I'm actually decided that I will just build Ketone as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna spend any visure on her. I will spend that 60 paid vis a day to get those 5 shards. But other than that, I am not spending any visure because I'm saving that visure for future stuff, probably Final Fantasy VII. So going into this daily purchase, another great, to me this is a great addition, because it used to be that you would get 5 in every step, and the first 4 steps were all garbage. I mean, they're not terrible, but it's just skip tickets. I mean, those are good, but if you have a lot saved like me, they're kind of garbage, and you wouldn't really get anything until like step 5. So to me, this is way better because you're getting 2 sets of 20. So in total, if I'm gonna pick Lilyth every day, that's 7 times 5, 35, plus 40 is 75. I think it was 80 before, but 75, I'll 100% take that. And I'm also getting 40 Ketone shards, who I do want to build as well. So this is going to be really great for me, for people that want to build both units. I totally get that they could have done 2 weeks, but you're paying $7 instead of $14, so it's a little bit better. They're probably going to do other swimsuit units next week, or they might come up with something else random. So I'm definitely doing those. Those are amazing. And sort of what I kind of already mentioned were the little paid shards. So just to kind of show you again, so you can see what I'm talking about. These are the 5 shards for 60 paid vis. I will be doing those every single day. That's going to be 35 shards each. The other thing I'm clearly doing is the guild summons. I'm not going to be able to show you that because I already did them, but they would be at the bottom here. As you can see, I already did that. 25 million guild for both units every day. Not that big of a deal for me. I've been farming those quests, and I have the bonus on selling the turtles, so I have plenty of gil left over, and I don't really need to rush anything else in terms of gil. So aside from that, I have my chocobo stuff here. I have Lilyth on one side, and I have Ketone on the other side. I started Lilyth and Ketone at the same time, but you can see Lilyth is 1 level above Ketone. That's because I've been doing, I did my high-speed expedition here yesterday, and as you can see, I still haven't done mine today, but I spent all my gold ones on Warrior of Light. I still have some silver and mostly bronze, so I'm probably going to do a lot of bronze in the meantime. So yeah, that is one other method. I have, do I have both of them in the barracks? No, I think it's just Lilyth. I have Lilyth in the barracks, but I'll eventually replace, I think, Titus here. By the way, I didn't post the video, but I actually did the Dwayne 9 steps because I just wanted to save shards, and I ended up pulling Zazan, so there you go. I was going to make a short on that, but I didn't end up doing it, so... what else? So yeah, I still also have I've been doing the whimsy shops for Lilyth. I may also actually have one that is purchased up here. No, I don't. But I will be saving these 20 packs, these 20 bundles, until I'm closer to the end, and then I'll sort of see where I'm at and then just buy them from there. I'll definitely use up the Mind Spheres once I get to Mind Sphere level. So let's see how many Magmanos I have. And I have 1,103, 13, so that is not too bad. So yeah, once I get to the Mind Sphere level, I'll be able to do that. So actually, let's go back to the Chocobos. I'm sorry for jumping around so much. But Warrior of Light was giving away a ton of shards. I don't think these are going to be as good. But there, I do have one. So I'm going to slowly, between barracks, between Chocobo, the guild pulls, pretty much everything I've mentioned, I'm going to see where I get. And the spot where I'm going to try to save the most is with Vizier purchases. So that's why I'm saving those bundles of 40 till the end. And I think that's sort of where I'm going to spend the most viz. But other than that, I'm going to try to save up as much viz as possible, as much free viz as possible, because I feel like the free viz is a little more valuable. All right, so I think that's everything in terms of how I'm getting shards. If I missed anything, let me know. Oh, and the bingo, I still haven't even started the bingo. I'm just gonna kind of leave it there and then just collect it later once I hit 75, I guess. I don't know. Or once I get close and I need those to get to 75, that's when I'll do it. And I think that pretty much wraps up part 2 of this video. So as a way to end up this video, I'm gonna just go for the paid 50 UR shards, hoping for some Lilyth or Ketone or both. I will reroll if I only get Ketone, but if I don't get either one of them, then it's just mod medals. And there was a deal for like 2,400 Vizier for like $8, so that was not too bad, so I just threw it in. All right, let's see what we got. Cowell, Corwell, we got Eileen, El Sorrel, Nivlu, of course, double Nivlu, King Rob, Skahal, Carvel, Can't really say this is super amazing. So Miranda's actually pretty good. I do want that Miranda TMR. I didn't realize how good it was. But I think this is probably worth retrying. The Corwell is actually pretty good, and so is the Skahal, but everyone else is kind of like meh. Alright, let's see if we can get some of the summer units. Skip this animation. Alright, this is not looking super good. I watched 2 other people do this, and they both got Lilyth, so I think my luck is not going to be existent for this. Got some Nivlu, of course. So at least I got Luartha. At least I got more. More is good. Frederica, I'm done. Those shards are not worth much. Medina shards are not worth much. Ketone, not worth much. She's in the mock shop. No more Ketone. This is the wrong Ketone. Luel is good. Very good. What else? 1 Lilyth, please. Rain is terrible. But I think this second roll is a little bit better. Oh, it had to be Ziza. It's a little bit better because I got the more Luartha. And what else? Overall, not really that great, to be honest, but... And the Luel was good. So overall, wasn't really that great, but I'll take it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my little breakdown of the 9-step. And I hope you guys sort of see that it's actually pretty fair. And I hope you guys, in terms of like getting mad at the game and boycotting and stuff like that, I hope you guys sort of change your mindset in terms of that, because if you really get in there and analyze these changes, you might see that they're good. I think overall it's good because we're getting like the Mind Sphere shop, star medals, you know, guild summons. It's all good stuff. You have to work for it a little bit, but they've sort of been a little bit fair with giving us a little bit more stuff. Even though we're not getting the medals that everybody loves, I think we're still doing pretty good. So, alright guys, that's going to be it. I know that was long, but I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.